Tip-off in the second game of day 4 of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2017 tournament, just minutes away. Unbeaten Nigeria, bronze medalists in Cameroon in 2015, taking on a Guinea side that's lost each of their 3 games by at least 30 points so far. Former Czech international Teresa Brantlova alongside me, Tim Long, for this one, and another tough couple of hours coming up for Guinea. Nigeria, what do you think about their medal prospects?
I think the Nigerian team is getting better with every day at this championship. They have started quite slow, but they're starting to show their real face of a quite aggressive team in defense and with the intention to run fast break straight away. So I can definitely say that they have those aspirations and they will go to the first 4 teams.
We're seeing the players get their final instructions and their final warm-ups done and dusted here. We see Ezenine Kalu there, one of the key players for Nigeria. And here we have a look at their roster. Kalu down the bottom there, the number 11, Adora Elonu, is one of the key players for them as well, voted as one of the 5 best players at the tournament a couple of years ago. And Evelyn Akator, the number 13, a recent recruit of the WNBA, has been their leading scorer, 14.7 points and 9.3 rebounds a game as well, 1.7 blocks per game to lead her team in that department too. She's been very impressive, and Nigeria are looking more and more impressive. It'll be a tough ask for Guinea to even keep this one close.
It's really hard to motivate yourself as a team of favorites to play and a team who hasn't won any game at this championship yet. But now it's going to be very important in the minds of players to stay focused, because you know, every game could be good for them in terms of training, the practicing some strategies what they may apply in the later stage of this tournament. So that's going to be important for Nigeria to start well as well, to set the rhythm of the game and play their game.
We saw very quickly the starting 5 of Guinea there. Kadi Mbai, their leading scorer, 11.7 points per game so far. She had 11 in game 3 against Mozambique, shot the ball fairly well too, 3 of 6 from downtown. And there you see Evelyn Akator, team highs of close to 15 points, 9.3 rebounds a game, 1.7 blocks per game, and shooting over 60% from the floor. We've been impressed with her.
Absolutely, she's that type of player who can lead her team, who can give the energy to the blood of her teammates as well. And combination her and Peruch Nyang, who's a kind of a coach on the court for Guinea, could have been a good combination for them to stay and be competitive to Nigerian team. But as I already mentioned, it's important not to lose easily the balls. It's important that they will protect it and won't give any chances for Nigeria to run their great transition offense. We've witnessed it last couple of games.
We've seen the 2 head coaches, Sam Vincent for Nigeria, Usman Kamara for Guinea. Also in charge of them in Cameroon a couple of years ago. 20 places difference between these 2 in the world rankings. Guinea at 62, Nigeria at 42. There you see with the blonde hair, Peruch Nyang, 39 years of age, a former French international. She's had a really up and down tournament so far. 20 scoreless minutes in game 1, 0 of 6 from the field, and then 20 points and 6 assists in game 2, but then she went 1 of 6 from the field in game 3. So they could do with one of those bigger games from her.
I would also mention Simone Keita, number 15 from Guinea team, because she has done a great job for her team on the board, averaging 8 rebounds per game. And her then number 7, Mbaye, and Peruch Nyang will definitely be key players for Guinea. And it will depend how them 3 plays today. Thanks to that, we will see how competitive they could be to Nigerian team.
Simone Keita had an impressive double-double in game 2, 10 points, 14 rebounds and 4 steals. And then 8 rebounds in game 3, but just 2 points, shooting 1 of 5 from the field. So they could do with a bigger game from her as well today. I mean, they need a big game from all of their big players. No, and those two play each other in the group tomorrow in what looks like it could be a game for top spot and the top seed from that group into the quarterfinals. Here we go then, two-time African champions, reigning bronze medalist Nigeria against the Guinea side, simply looking to avoid another landslide defeat. Nigeria with the ball, the first offense.
We see straight away zone defense from Guinea's team, who tried to protect that middle, but it hasn't worked properly this time.
The player we featured at the start gets points within the first few seconds. Akator on the board.
It's really important for Guinea team to communicate in that zone defense, because it's not just about to fill the space inside, it also about to communicate where is each player, where is the cut through. So that's going to be one of the key factors as well for Guinea to be successful in that zone defense.
Aisha Mara inbounds to Mbai, their leading scorer. Now Keita, a couple of the key players we were talking about combining, getting touches of the ball. Mara to Mbai, 35 years of age. There's a whistle and a turnover.
And it almost seems that Guinea's team had no idea that the shot clock was ticking by the end of their offense. They have to really be aware of it, especially the point guard needs to again communicate offensively to her team.
Kalu. She loses out, and then the behind the back pass recovered by Mbai, straight into bounds. Lono to Kalu. Ngifa, who's got a pretty decent stat line as well, averaging close to double figures. Here she is now. Alonu misses her first shot. Akator trying to grab the rebound but can't. Guinea looking for their first point still. Contact there on that attempted layup from Aisha Mara, so she'll go to the line for 2.
Aisha Mara has been a leading scorer in that yesterday's game against Mozambique. She has scored 18 points, so we will see if she can contribute the same way in today's game. But compared to the game before, when she has got into foul trouble in the third quarter, has been like a black and white game from her so far this tournament. So it's a question how she's going to perform in today's game.
Had a tournament best 18 points in the last game. She was 7 of 11 inside, but 0 of 6 from three-point range. Talking of three-pointers, no problem for Kalu with that one.
It's such important to hit a long-distance shot early in the game against the zone defense, because then the zone defense has to a little bit stretch out and could open up the space for big players of Nigeria.
From the foul line out to Purush Niang into the corner, and by long 2 off the side of the backboard with that one.
Yeah, she has been quite off balance in that shot. She thought that the defense is coming, but she was wide open, so she should have just taken her second and balance her body before that shot.
Guinea have to wait for their first field goal. 2 minutes in, Nigeria up by 4. Elonu into Akator. She looks to force her way down the baseline, created a bit of room, but disrupted on the shot. Ngifa picks up the pieces and puts it in.
And Ngifa had such impressive performances today as well. She's that type of player who's quite aggressive in defense, and that great defense brings her offense. So it's another Nigerian player who can really contribute in today's game.
They force a turnover again here, Nigeria. This is pretty much as we expected the opening couple of minutes. 2 free throws for Akator.
That's exactly what I spoke about earlier when Kalu hit that long threes, because that opens up the space for the big players to penetrate through, and that's what we've just seen from this young talented player Evelyn Akatur.
Picked at number 3 by the Dallas Wings in the WNBA draft back in March.
That's a really shame now. She has had her hands, because there's been Evelyn Akatur coming from mid of the court to trap by the sideline, and that could have just gave them a steal. Instead, we've seen a foul.
We're only 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. It's Ningifa's second foul already.
Yep, that's another important factor in the game, to manage your personal fouls. Usually the referees set the standard at the beginning of the game, and then you can read it quite easily for the rest of the game.
Bar back to Poroshniang. Open long 2-pointer, takes it. First field goal of the game for Guinea. It's taken 2.5 minutes. Elonu.
Great return from Guinea's team.
To the baseline, good adjustment, and a finish by Ningifa.
It's important again, this full court pressing, that we don't see 5 Guinea's players at the same half, because there's no space then to play. So it's important that one big just leaves that offensive half and allow to space up the floor a little bit for Guinea.
Nice play down the floor from Aisha Mora, getting the 2-pointer to go. Akator called for a travel and turns it over, so Guinea a chance to make it relatively close in the opening 3 and a bit minutes.
And now Evelyn Akatur, her mind has been quicker than her feet. And she forgot to put the ball on the floor earlier than those steps.
Kadi Mbai, Fatu Bar, Poroshniang. Screen set by Bar. Niang shoots over the top of it for 3. Wouldn't drop. Kalu quickly down the floor. Ningifa. Long 2-pointer at the other end. Doesn't go. They try and grab the offensive rebound with Akator.
Now Nigerian team a little bit rushed their offense, because Kalu has tried to run the fast break. She didn't like it. She would just slow it down correctly, and then her teammates a little bit rushed their shot. In this situation, it's better to just take the ball up, and you still have minimally 14 seconds to organize your offense.
Elonu's pass deep to Madu. Kalu driving in, trying to swing it around the corner to Madu, who gets fouled.
And now Fatou Ba has been there a bit late in defense. That's why she used her hands to try to deflect that ball, but it's been a clear decision from officials.
And Didi Madu out the stripe. It's a mouth-watering game in prospect tomorrow between Nigeria and Senegal. Top spot on the line, it looks like.
Again, we see that pressing, but I think Ningifa has forgotten now to leave her player and go into the space.
And Mbai. Big screen from Keita, and Mbai shoots around it and misses. Quick pass down the floor to Kalu, who puts it in, despite the very best efforts of Mara to get back, who ends up on the floor.
That's what Nigeria is good at. Grab a quick rebound or quick steal, and that transition offense is just a killer for them.
Nigerian lead up to 9, just over 4 minutes played.
I don't think it's really necessary to have 3 Guineas players at half court when they play against the pressing. The 2 of the players should have managed that easily to overcome it, and it's better if someone flashed to the middle for the passing rather than just stay there.
Suma's done well to get away from the press here. We've seen over the course of this tournament she's one of the fastest players that will take to the court, but has lacked that finished product around the basket.
She's one of the young players, Fantasuma, number 6 from Guinea's team, and she's using her athleticism very well, but we can see that she's still inexperienced point guard for Guinea's team, and maybe when some years and experience has passed, she could be a really decent point guard.
3-point shot, too long. Rebound grabbed by Nigeria. Okay, as we were talking about Suma, who nearly turned it over but saved it on the deck. Alonu across to the far side to Agoke. Ngifa into the foul line, back out. Wide open 3 this time. Agoke can't take it.
It's important for Nigerian team to give the touches to their big players against that zone, to change the rhythm, to make the zone move as well. In and out, that's usually what it works against the zone.
Agoke almost forcing a turnover there and eventually doing so. Guinea getting nowhere near creating a shot. Knocked away at the other end as well. Akator able to grab the loose ball, shoots over the top of Purushniang, wouldn't go. Still going to be Nigerian possession.
It's a bit squeezed down under the rim right now, so it would have been quite better decision from Evelyn Akator, just to stretch out the floor a bit and then maybe cut through the zone to receive the basket, then just force it by dribbling.
She goes to the bench. As too does Ngifa, who has been playing on those 2 fouls. Purushniang the rebound. Here comes Suma using her pace in transition all the way. Can she finish this time? She can. High off the window.
It's really important for Guinea team to take every opportunity Nigerian teams offers them, because they won't probably get too many open fast breaks like we've just seen.
Three-point shot over the top of Purushniang. You can just see off your picture at the moment Purushniang and Suma talking to each other. Purushniang in that last possession pushed Suma to get her into the right position.
Yeah, you know, when you don't have enough time to communicate verbally, you have to use your hands or non-verbal communication as well to your teammate, and that's quite known between players. If you have no enough time to say, just push the player at least. So great decision for Purushniang.
The 39-year-old helping out the 19-year-old. Here she is now, Purushniang. Keita trying her best to set a screen and create some room, but it's pinched by Nigeria. It's a 4-on-1 fast break. They only need 1 though.
Purushniang would be probably a better player to set the screen rather than penetrate through that screen. So Guinea now has to manage the ball movement a bit better, so key players having their positions rather than forcing them to play something what they're not used to.
Foul as the pass went in high to Purushniang. It's Nigeria's 4th foul of the quarter, 3 minutes and 13 remaining. We're going to have a timeout with Nigeria leading by 9 points, 16-7.
Pressure on. Even if you don't get a steal, keep pressure on the ball. Okay? Once you relax off, we don't have pressure, we don't get turnovers. All right? So keep your hands up, keep your hands in their face, have a hand in the passing lane. If we get a steal, fine. If not, just play solid defense. Okay? Keep on pushing the ball up. Our wings are up, all right? So throw it up to the wing. If we can get it inside, look inside, all right? Either
Si l'autre sort, pense à descendre tout de suite.
There's been quite clear instructions from Coach Samuelsen saying to his players that it's important, even if they don't steal the ball, keep the pressure high, because you will force them, the Guinea team, to make the mistakes even without trying to reach and maybe commit a foul. As well, he said that it's important for them to try to push the ball every single time as possible. It's important to quickly go into the fast break. If you don't like the situation, then you can slow it down and play down, trying to get the touches to your bigs as well.
Poroshniak at the line as we come back off the timeout. I thought that was the 4th foul on Nigeria, but the scoreboard's showing 5 either way from this moment on. It's going to be foul shots for Guinea for every defensive foul on Nigeria. As the trap in the corner, they play their way out of it across to the free player on this near side. Outside shot off the mark, offensive rebound though. Second chance, closer to the basket this time. Another miss for Akashili. Quick release to Sacco, who's coming to the game. Back to Suma. Suma stops and pops, edge of the paint. Can't put it in. Udea gets one to go.
Suma Keita has forgot to contest that shot. She just stand with her hands down, and the Nigerian player has read it really well. If you give me space, I'm gonna shoot it in your face.
Pass inside to Silla, the 43-year-old veteran, who misses that shot. Ball knocked away by Silla, who then tried to grab it.
Great defense from Guinea. As soon as the big gets the ball, there are at least 2 Guineas players, defenders on that ball. It's just a shame that they use their hands more than they're just shadowing the ball.
Silla have 3 steals in under 14 minutes in game 1. Guinea eventually get possession.
I would expect a pressure from the Nigerian team now. Try to slow down offensive Guinea and have a bit of court vision, less court vision to create.
Keita with a bit of a screen. Suma goes around it, looking to penetrate. Silla called for the travel. Ten points the Nigerian lead, 18-8. Final minute and a half coming up of the first quarter. Akashili around to Agoke, who knocks down the 3.
That's been a great read. All zone defense has been focusing on a strong side, and this skip pass to the weak side is a great decision.
Fortuitous break here for the wide open layup that Sacco misses. Agoke to Akashili, cross court. Okoye back to Agoke. Akashili, Agoke, can she hit another one? Back-to-back threes for Sarah Agoke.
She could have shoot all day long like this when the Guinea team doesn't really pay attention to her on the weak side.
Keita gets the call in the paint at the other end, but Nigeria exploding now into a 16-point lead in the final minute of the quarter.
Now hitting those 2 long-distance shots could have given some space for Nigerian team down under the rim to play. It's just important that their big players don't play statically, but move out there as well and run through, maybe go screen each other, you know, a little bit movement down there, but it should have been more space now after these long-distance shots.
Might be able to hear the frustration from Simone Keita as that one goes in and out. Misses both of them. Agoke. Another wide open look for three. They can't make it count this time though with Okoye.
It would have been easier to play for the other high post on the foul line if a Nigerian team will find a way to deliver a ball to that player. It should be quite open look for her low position.
Kenny Mbai. Bounce pass in towards Keita, surrounded by 3 or 4. Can't get it to go off the glass. Final seconds now of the first quarter. Look at the burst to the basket from Anka Shilly.
Best offense against zone defense is a fast break. Before the defense is set, you already score.
And then Mbai throws it away at the buzzer, so a Nigerian burst to go ahead by 18 points at the end of one. We said it was going to be tough for Guinea. It has been across the first 10 minutes. It's Guinea 8, Nigeria 26 at the end of the first quarter. Nigeria, a team who certainly have aspirations of making it to the Women's Basketball World Cup in Spain next September. The two finalists of this tournament will qualify. So Nigeria will be looking to go at least one step further than they did in Cameroon 2 years ago when they lost in the semi-finals and ended up claiming the bronze medal. They've made a really good start to this one. 26 first quarter points and leading Guinea by 18. Agoke leading the way in scoring after those two quick-fire three-pointers. Aside from that, they've really spread their scoring around and hit Guinea from all angles. And there you see the three-point shooting show from Agoke. That's what really blew the quarter wide open. Until that point, Guinea had at least stayed in touch somewhat.
Absolutely. That's what we mentioned earlier, that it's important to hit some long shots against the zone, so that opens up the space inside.
A turnover right off the bat at the start of the second quarter. 26-8, the Nigerian lead, a chance to extend it with their first offensive possession of the second period. Agoke into the paint, turnaround corner of the paint, off the mark from Udea. Korosniak to Mbai. Mbai going to take a long-range shot. She was decent from long range in the last game, misses that one though. Agoke, three-point shot at the other end. Okoye, she's missed a couple. Offensive rebound again though. Turnaround mid-ranger good for Chiomon Udea. Mbai. 20 points the lead for the first time. Sacco. Oh, she fires from downtown, having missed a wide open layup in the first.
She has used now that second one. Cecilia Okoye hasn't paid attention to her. You can't just leave the player with the ball open like that.
And then a travel called on Udea. So Guinea a chance to close the gap to 14 or 15. Korosniak though can't reel it in. Agoke. By Okoye, three-point shot this time at Tosu. Another offensive rebound. And another. maybe fourth time lucky, there's a foul.
Yeah, in zone you have to box the players out again. You have to communicate who's my player, who am I going to box out, because Nigerian team now grabbed 3 offensive rebounds, and that's exactly what we mentioned earlier, that is their strength, is a 21 average offensive rebounds at this tournament. That's a crazy number, and Guinea needs to deal with this.
So Chioma Udea is at the foul line. Four points for her so far. She adds one more. $18 points the difference. 8 minutes of the first half to play. In fact, 19 the difference.
That's a shame. Elonu has been a little bit late for that pass to steal.
The passing lane blocked off towards Purushniak, who was free.
Now, while Evelyn Akator has returned back on the court, you will expect some aggressivity offensively from her against that zone defense. With some penetration to the middle.
Purushniak into Aminata Silla, who couldn't handle. Part of the team at the last couple of tournaments, the 43-year-old. Akator, here she is, back in the game. They've moved it around nicely here. Out to the free player, Upe Otoso. It was a low catch, she drove in. Akator dances through the defense.
That's her offense against the zone. She's really timing up her movement to the point when it's needed to cut, she will cut. Great move.
Bai tries to bounce pass out to the double team and turns it over.
I think she just tried to hit the leg of the defensive player to gain some time and release that pressure Nigerian team is putting on the Guinea point guards and offense. Unfortunately, she has missed that leg, so turnover.
Kalu onto the corner, 3-point shot, won't go down, still Nigerian ball. Just 11 points in 13 minutes so far for Guinea. It's a long way back to get another 21 back on Nigeria. Might be more than that coming up. Here's Nwegwe. It is.
She's really playing well down in the low block and low position. Just Nigerian team has to see her a bit more often. She's using her body to make a space and keep the defensive player on her back.
Passing lane cut off again as they look to work it inside Guinea. Here's Otosu. Kalu to the corner. Elonu steps in.
If she meant to pass the ball to Evelyn Akatur like this, that's been a great pass. If she meant to shoot it, she needs to be a bit more decisive against this defense. There was no open shot for her.
It's going to be a long two. There's a foul. So Fatima Sako will go to the foul line. 8 points now for Evelyn Akator. She leads all scorers in the game. Sako misses the first. And both of them. So she's missed a layup, she's missed 2 free throws, but she's hit a 3. Foul by Purushniak.
That's really silly fouls on the players who not even facing the basket, and they're not even close to 3-point line. It's just a shame they have to manage the fouls not to get early into foul troubles as a team.
Kalu to Elonu. They work it to Akator, who has it knocked away. They're able to play out of the pressure with Mara. And Bai directing traffic. Little screen from Berete. They work it into Porozhniak. Edge of the paint, tries to shoot over the top of the defense but fails. Kalu, bounce pass, mid-range 2, right on the money, Nyengifa.
Great read from Kalu again. She was waiting what the defense gonna do, and she just found her open teammate. You see that Kadimaya is playing this double screen, but she has to go a bit closer to screeners because then Kalu has a quite easy job to just stay on her, and it has no benefits at all.
They had to throw that one up right at the end of the shot clock. The lead is 27. Nyengifa can't finish that one. Rebound Akator, and she puts it in. That's why she's averaging close to a double-double.
The body expressions of Guinea's team tells me like they really don't like to be in this game today. They seem to be under a huge pressure and struggling to find a way how to overcome play it. The only way they get the chance to attack their basket is when the Nigerian team does any mistake in that pressure or defense. But to be honest, Guinea's team seems to be a bit struggling right now.
Akator at double figures at the midway point of the second quarter, and she's had a good bit of time on the bench as well.
And we see a 3-2 zone from Nigerian team with Evelyn Akator on the top. It's always important to have that athletic player with long arms on the top because she just allows anyone to play from the middle, and it's easier for her to run for fast break after the quick rebound or steal.
Right into Madu. One bounce, turnaround shot off the mark, recovered on the baseline though. Back to Madu. Elonu. Nyengifa's shot short. And they turn it back into Guinea hands. Back in comes Fantasuma.
So a bit release for Guinea team with that zone defense. They have easy transition offense now to get into their offensive half.
Here she is. Crossover onto the right and then turns it over.
Yeah, you don't want to beat zone by dribbling. You want to beat zone by movement and quick passes to find an open player to make a defense move.
Elonu. Bounce pass towards the baseline. Mohamed trapped. Back out Madu. Offensive rebound. Wouldn't quite go down, but it's Evelyn Akator again.
If Nigerian offense just holds the ball down in the low block and waits for Evelyn Akator to cut, and they always keep an eye on her, that would have been quite easy offense for Nigeria because Evelyn Akator does a great job with that timing when to cut through that, like through the middle of that zone. It's just a shame that her teammates doesn't spot her too often for that. So hopefully they will say that to each other and communicate that well, and that we will see that offense from her quite often.
14.7 points and 9.3 rebounds per game. She's already got 12 points here in the first half. Plenty of rebounds too, but we don't have those stats for you right now. Akator another rebound. Wouldn't be surprised if she was close to a double-double already. Elonu, there's a whistle.
And Gifa has got two now focused on her one teammate who hasn't been in a great position, and she just hasn't seen her open teammate Aisha Muhammad, captain of this team, wide open down under the rim while her defender just fell off.
Suma looking to drive inside, batted away by Madu emphatically, and Bai takes on the quick three that falls short.
That's what Nigeria does really well in defense. They're using their hands to deflect as many balls as possible to allow Guinea have that timing for their offense. Great.
What a high catch that was from Aisha Mohammed. Stretched every fibre of her being to reach that, pulled it down and then put it in. And we're going to have a timeout inside the last 3 minutes of the first half. Nigeria in command, leading Guinea 44-11.
Là, on joue avec 4 extérieur. On joue large. D'accord? Simone, t'es où?
Simone, viens.
Simone,
Elle est là.
ici. D'accord? Donc Banks, les deux arrières ici. L'autre côté, il y a Aïcha. D'accord?
We're going to get it, okay? Because what we have is we got a mismatch on the inside, okay? One of our bigs is going to be down there with a small on him. So keep the floor space, we move it, get in the high post, and then we can go high-low, okay? We'll stay in the zone for about another minute, and then we'll probably get a small in. Great job, ladies. Way to work. Way to work. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. Good job, ladies. Way to work.
Here we see some highlights from a very impressive first half performance from Nigeria. Some good outside shooting. Sarah Agoke hit back-to-back threes back in the first quarter. 6 points for her so far, but Evelyn Akator, 12 points leading the way, has been very impressive. We rejoin the action with Nigeria by 33, final 3 minutes of the half. Almost forcing another turnover there, and by able to grab it, wildly throws it away into Elonu's hands. Here's Madu. Battle for the board again. Nigeria come away with it, and an unsportsmanlike foul, I think, called there.
There's just been an effort from Suma trying to at least still stop the player, but unsuccessful.
Elonu.
It's just a shame now that Elonu has double guessed that pass, because Manu was there wide open for the high-low position. As soon as they receive the ball on the top of the key, the big players on the high post, they have to give a look to her teammate down in a low block or a low position, because most of the time her teammate is open.
They've got to shoot here, and they do. Akator misses, touches the rim, which resets the shot clock, but Guinea able to grab the loose ball anyway with Suma, who avoided the unsportsmanlike on that last possession. Here she is now, space to shoot for 3. Hit one earlier in the game, can't hit one now. Elonu. Back to Nyingifa. Akator down the baseline into Suma's hands.
Yeah,
Now Mara. Going to get all the way through. Almost wrestled off her, still Guinea ball.
Yeah, Akator has meant that pass really well for that baseline, but her teammate Elonu just were lazy a bit and forgot to move to the corner for that pass angle. I'm sure they're going to communicate that. It's good to see Sam Vincent to change the defense of Nigeria as well, because he's fully aware of that. He can play full good man-to-man pressing all game, and he could just destroy Guinea, but it's more decision from him to train as well a different type of defense, because he's fully aware of that he might will use it and need it for future games.
Evelyn Akator can't miss right now. 14 points in the first half. High catch for Bangura. Back to Mbai, another 3. She's missed 2 in a row now in quick succession. 3 of 6 from downtown in the last game, but she's way off the mark here today.
That's been again the intention for that pass. Shame that that pass was too hard to catch.
Akator unable to handle, but Nigeria have it back quickly. Final minute of the first half. Akator passes out from the low post. They move it around the perimeter. Kalu for 3. Akator almost grabbed it again, but Keita comes up with it. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Aisha Mara. Suma was free in the corner, still is.
Yeah, Aisha Mara just plays the time, because she knows that there's no reason for Guinea to rush, otherwise they're going to be outscored by many, many points.
And she goes through and gets fouled with 3 left on the shot clock. This is the second, 15 seconds remaining for Nigeria to create one final shot before the half is through. Kalu. Akator on the move, receives it now. Left hand, dribble drive.
Oh,
Forces it in. What a half she has had. 16 points for the latest WNBA recruit, Evelyn Akator. And Nigeria close to the half century at the half. They've dominated Guinea over the first 2 quarters. It's Guinea 12, Nigeria 48.
it has been quite clear that Coach Sam Vincent is using this game now as a practice for them of different strategies, different offenses as well. And they know there's going to be teams playing zone defense against them as well. So they're trying to really work it out how to play against that offense, against that zone defense as well.
Here we see some shooting numbers. Guinea really struggling. 4 of 22 from the field altogether, and rebounding, wow, 27-8 in favour of Nigeria.
Yeah, that has been one of the key points of this game from me at the beginning when I was giving the introduction into this game, and Guinea still hasn't found a way how to box the Nigerian players out and reduce that crazy difference between the rebounds of these 2 teams.
Led by the 16 points of Evelyn Akator, Nigeria firmly in command at the half, lead Guinea 48-12. warm welcome back to Bamako, Mali. We're at half-time in the second game on court today. Nigeria lead Guinea by 36 points, 48-12, as they look to go 4-0 and tie the defending champion Senegal at the top of the group. And they will meet Senegal tomorrow in a game that is looking more and more like the decider for the top seed in that group heading into the quarter-final stage. This is the fourth of 5 games in the group stage. The top 4 of each group of 6 will advance into the final 8, and from there a straight knockout from the quarters all the way through to the medal matches on Sunday. Nigeria led by the 16 points of Evelyn Akator, who's 6 of 9 from the field, 5 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals as well in 13.5 minutes on court. And a bit of help from Udaya, Nyingifa and Agoke, who've all got 6 points. For Guinea, nobody on more than 4 points. Kadi Mbai, who was their best shooter in their last game, is 0 of 6 from the field and yet to score. And they have been out-rebounded 31-10. And get this, on the offensive glass, 12-0, leading to 15 second chance points. They have battered Guinea inside on the boards, and with their points in the paint, where they have converted 72% of their opportunities. Towards the end of that second quarter, an 18-point unanswered run, and they lead here by 36 points as we get ready to start the second half.
Yeah, all these stats basically confirms what we said at the beginning of the game, that Nigeria is averaging 47 points from the paint, 21 offensive rebounds. They so far have 12, 28 points from turnover. I'm pretty sure they are punishing the turnovers of Guinea's team quite often. I don't have that stat on me, but that's been quite a few points as well out of that 48. And you know, for Nigerian team, Sam Vincent does an obvious job that he's taking this game to try different strategies offensively and defensively. I think the positive is against Nigeria that they get the chance to play against the zone defense, which seems to be causing a bit troublesome here at this championship. So this game is a perfect game for them to try different movement into the zone defense. For Guinea, I think Aisha Mara should be a bit more aggressive and take a bit more responsibility offensively and defensively, because she definitely has the ability to contribute a bit more than she does so far in this game. She scored 4 points, but she has 0 rebounds as well, which with her athleticism she could have grabbed some as well for Guinea's team. And I'm pretty sure we will see again some pressure from Nigerian team. Great transition offense as they've been brilliant in it so far at this tournament, and let's see it.
We start the second half with Nigeria leading 48-12 and with possession as they move it across to the far side to Kalu. Elonu didn't need much of a contribution from her in the first half. One of their key players, Madu, has the ball almost wrestled off her. Elonu, in fact, was 0 of 3 from the field and is yet to score in the game.
Yeah, and even not now, we've seen Madu has been fouled. I just think that they need to beat the zone by passing and movement more than the dribbling.
Gifa into Akator, star player of the game so far. Around the perimeter it goes. Akator, corner of the paint. Falls short this time. She'll try and recover the loose ball. Kalu on the move, backdoor cut. Nyingifa stopped by Keita.
It has been a great read from Kalu to read that backdoor. It's important to have eye contact with your teammate when you're trying to pass for a backdoor, so you time it up exactly when the ball player is looking at you.
She must have heard me. Elonu gets her first field goal. 0 of 3 in the first half. She scores with an attempt in the first 45 seconds of the second half.
And we see that Coach Sam Vincent again has given instructions to his players to play that full court pressing again, use their hands to deflect every ball and be aggressive in their defense.
And by to inbound in the backcourt, knocked away from Suma.
Yeah, but Suma is waiting by the sideline to receive the ball, you know. Kalu is too experienced for that, and she has a longer arms. Suma needs to just run away from the ball and then cut to the ball to open up the floor, open up the space for herself to receive the ball.
She didn't learn the lesson. She's lost it here. And Akator's fouled as she looks to put up the shot. Suma's as fast as anyone to try and make those cuts.
Yeah, but she has to move, as we said. If you're gonna stay 1 meter from your teammate and try to tell her, give me that ball, that's too easy for Nigerian defense.
Akator at the line to try and add to her 16 first half points. She's 5 of 5 from the stripe now. Make it 6 of 6. Here comes Suma showing that pace, but getting back in transition. Yingifa. 2 fouls very early on, but she hasn't had one since. Goodbye back to Aisha Mara. Let's see if she can show us more here in the second half. Crossover onto the right, comes up against Elonu, tries to find a eye of the needle bounce pass.
You see that Nigeria is using their athleticism, their longer arms, that they switch every screen now, and Guinea is struggling to find any centimeters of free space to attack.
Ngifa to Elonu. Kalu. Elonu stops, thinks about it, misses, rebound underneath. Akator. That's 20 in the game for her. And there's the trap as well as they try and force a turnover.
And again, the same situation that Suma just stay there and wait for that ball. I would say she needs to run away from ball, and also her teammates needs to help her. Not all 5 being on the same half, but at least one of the wings. Aisha Mara could have contributed way more against that pressing.
Suma, we mentioned, has the energy to do that. And surely it has to be a message that's drilled into her by the coach, to be on the move all the time, even without the ball.
Great hustle from Suma now. She's the only Guinea player being on her offensive half. The rest of them basically just stayed and looked at her effort. That's not the way they should help her and support her.
She's always on the move when she's got the ball, it's just without it.
Yeah, one thing where we have to keep her is that desire to play. She definitely has a desire. She's young, and the energy she has, she's using this game.
Bai thinks twice and clings onto it. Will play in the half court. Suma, there's the crossovers. Keita back to Suma, down the baseline this time. Nice pass from her as well.
That has been a smart play from Anjan Keita. Just to wait till the defender jumps, because now Nigeria thinks that it's too easy to defend Guinea's team. So Angelique Keita has used that naivety when she just pump faked Evelyn Akator, who tried to block her shot and went under her arms for the foul. Great.
Got the defense up in the air, knew she'd get the foul on the way down, and takes advantage from the foul line. Kalu. Couture trying to set a screen across to Ngifa. There's a push by Keita.
It's quite dangerous for defense when they are allowed to receive the ball on the top on the high post, because then it just gives Nigerian team space to create and play high-low to the wings. They have loads of open looks.
Nice catch from Elonu, who did well to cling on to it and then to convert. 2 baskets for her already in this third quarter after none in the first half. There goes Suma again. And Bai, can she finally hit one? Drives inside, Keita. Bounce past Kalu, Elonu hesitation and contact.
Elonu had a great game the first day of this championship. She has had quite a few points, and I think today's game she feels the same confident as that first day offensively, and it's such important her to contribute as well, because as more player feels confident and comfortable at this tournament as better when it comes to the quarterfinals.
The difference is 44 in favour of Nigeria, who are closing in on 4-0. Trap again, Suma nowhere to go whatsoever.
One thing what Nigeria is a bit slow at in this full court pressing, and they probably will evaluate on it after the game, is that second pass help that the third player drops a little bit too low for that first pass, because the only option for Suma now to pass the ball from the corner was straight back to the player who took the ball out of bounds. And if the third player would have been there, there's no way that Suma could have seen her teammate by the half court. So I think when Sam Vincent's going to evaluate this game, I'm sure he's going to see it and talk about it to his team as well.
Non, non, laisse-moi parler. Tu reçois ou tu pars. Parce que si tu reçois et que tu attends, ils vont venir en frappe. C'est plus grand.
C'est parce que tu la prends dans le corner.
Là,
1, 2, 3. Great job. Great job. Great job. Keep pushing.
I told you to be strong. I did. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You can see very different attitudes and looks painted on the faces of the two sets of players on either bench. Nigeria really enjoying this. They lead 60-14 behind the 20 points of Evelyn Akator with 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Fanta Suma there, 19 years of age. She's been heavily involved. Some good things, some bad things. Start with the inbound off the baseline to Ningifa. Alonu, who's heated up in this third quarter, but misses that one.
Manu is doing a great job now in the low block position. It's just about her teammates to see her out there.
Well, we called for Aisha Mara to do a bit more, and now she's got a chance at a three-point play after that move.
Yeah, you're right. She needs to contribute offensively and defensively. She has the ability for that, but she's been a bit hiding so far.
The entry pass low and pinched, but taken back. Madu mid-range, can't get the bounce. Mara trying to grab the rebound, but it's Akator who's first to it. Madu from the foul line. Akator wanting to go to work, draws the double team. Madu free, still can't get it to fall.
Well, there has been a great play between Akator and Madu. It's always nice when players can see each other, especially in the zone, when they exactly know why they're doing the movement. Akator exactly knew if she's going to bounce the ball, someone's going to be open because the defense is going to collapse on her. Great read.
Kalu into Akator. Bounce pass out of an oncoming double team.
Akator has been apologizing in Gifa because she knows that pass wasn't ideal to catch.
Went up against the underside of the backboard in the end before going out of play. Deflected along the way.
Now we've seen where we haven't seen so far this tournament that Ningifa played smart because she knew that clock of 5 seconds running, and she just used the body of the opponent to get the ball in, but unfortunately she just crossed the line earlier than she'd done it. So smart play, better execution.
Ball back to Mbai. Mbai had it pinched from the blind spot, able to take it back. Bar long two. Rebound Akator again. Must be a double-double by now. Ningifa shoots on the move. Another rebound and put back in. This time by Madu.
Madu would not be happy now with the Ningifa's decision to take that shot by herself, because she was wide open in a trial as a trialer, which means that she's running as one of the last players coming into the offense. I don't think the Nigerian team needs to really dribble too much in this game. They just need to play smart and look for an open player, just move the ball quickly.
Aisha Mara. Suma. And back to Suma again, slipped through her hands, able to recover. Looking to attack now, up against Elonu. Trying to beat two of them in the end.
That way is not a successful way.
Midway point of the third quarter, Nigeria leading 62-16.
Now Guinea team is in foul troubles and it's still 5 minutes to go. They really manage their fouls smartly because not every foul is going to be sent into the foul line.
What a good third quarter performance this is from Elonu. Chance to go into double figures, all 10 points coming in the last 5 minutes. Turned over straight away to Madu. Goke moved on quickly, and Akator adds to her considerable tally.
And it just proves my words that no need to dribble pretty much. 3 quick passes and someone's open.
By Mara. Waiting for movement ahead of her. Space created to move into, but Madu was there, and By for 3. Still can't get going in this game. I think it's 0 of 8 from the field from By now. Elonu, she's got going.
She's on fire this quarter. Seriously, as you just said, 12 points in 6 minutes. 13
now.
even. That was a 3-point shot. Great performance this quarter from this player.
Another steal, another free court to attack, another free couple of points.
Just wonder now if Coach Sam Vincent's gonna be nice to Guinea team and send his players back to zone defense to at least be, you know, like when you see blowout like this, you want to train at least something. You don't want to destroy the team. Maybe you do, but I would have suggested to go and try new things because obviously Guinea is really struggling to even cross the half line. Yeah, I understand that maybe he's gonna do that decision in the last quarter. Who knows? It's just the coach's decision.
He wants to be nice to Guinea. He can try 5-on-4 or 5-on-3.
Yeah, that could have been true, but yeah, absolutely. We see now that Guinea really can't find this place, and I'm just wondering why Coach Samara won't call some strategy against it. You know, why are they trying to be that pressing by dribbling? Why they don't try to flash into the open spaces? I know it's hard because Guinea is such a great team in hands movement as well as the feet movement in defense. But this seems now that they are quite helpless right now.
Able to wriggle free and then get the bounce. Aisata Bangura. Tosu to Agoke. High entry towards Madu. Still Nigerian ball.
That's actually a great look from Sarah Ogoke. And I think she's only one of the few guards of Nigeria who gives that first look to her big players. And it could work because Madu is wide open down there quite often, but she's now on the bench, so hopefully the captain, for example, Aisha Mohammed, number 9, could have been open right there.
Kashili shoots the long 2 and knocks it down. By Silla, the 43-year-old, back on the floor, along with the 39-year-old Perushnian.
Oh,
By can't handle that one.
Great move, but bad execution. That should have been a bounce pass just to lead into the player's movement, you know. So she could have just continued that movement towards the basket and not stop her with a pass on her back.
Tosu. Koye back to Mohammed, who lost it. Bangura comes away with it. Just.
We see now the second fives or bench players on the court from Nigerian team. Again, Coach Sam Vincent managing minutes of his players to save some energy for the games.
We've talked about it a bit already. They will play again tomorrow, and what a huge game that is against Senegal, the defending champions. The winners will claim top spot in the group.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's important that Coach St. Vincent wants to win this game quite heavily, because that could be mental advantage for them to this tough game tomorrow.
Prochniak calling for it. Comes to her now. Right at the end of the shot clock, she fires up the three.
Every time we see Prochniak playing point guard position, that means that it just shows the struggle of the Guinea's offense.
Big offensive board from Mohammed, and she gets it to fall, throwing up the circus shot.
She was just cheering from that floor, please go in. Great and one.
Prochniak the rebound. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Good long pass to Bangura.
Nice play.
Tosu to Mohammed. Driving in from the three-point line, Agoke. Okoye. Kashili across to Tosu. Rattles that one down. Suma. And whistle on the plate.
Oh, it's a shame that the Nigerian player has committed a foul, because there's been three Nigerian players about to stop Suma's penetration. And no need to foul in this situation.
Silla screaming for some movement. Deep inbound pass to Bar. Prochniak trying to edge her way into the paint, stuck to all the way, but fouled. Approaching the final minute of the third quarter. Nigeria up by 59. The largest win of the tournament so far is 66. That was Senegal against Guinea. Bangura recovers the loose ball. Shot clock expires though. We talked about Nigeria against Senegal tomorrow. That would send a bit of a message if Nigeria could get a bigger win than Senegal got against Guinea.
Yeah, that could have been an interesting matchup of score. We'll see how this game's going to end up.
Akashili, offensive board, put back in with the foul.
She's got only 3 minutes in her first half from Coach St. Vincent. And now every minute she's just proving him that she wants more than that.
Silla, Bar forward to Suma. Suma crossover lightning fast onto the left hand, gets contact.
We will see again probably a pressure from Nigerian team, while Suma shooting 2 free throws. Nigerian team is setting up the full good press, but Suma going to have to score for that.
5-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the quarter. Akashili takes on another shot, misses this one. Still Nigerian ball, so just a 2.5-second differential now. The shot clock reset to 14.
Should have played a long offense now for all 14 seconds. Again, just to train for future games when maybe the game is close game and they have only 14 seconds to score the basket. That would have been great training situation for them now. If they are able to score in this 14 seconds.
They take a shot on, well they don't, it's a pass instead. Now they take it on with a couple of seconds remaining and miss it. And a foul with 3.7 remaining. It's going to be...
Now Guinea should not pass the ball into the hands of Nigerian players. 3 seconds left. I don't understand why none of the big Guinea's players go and flash into the middle just to help release that pressure of the guards of Guinea against the full-court defense. And
got it away in time.
Oh, not this time.
Still waiting for our first half-court buzzer beater in the tournament. And we might just get our biggest win of the tournament here. Nigeria up by 62. 4 points shy of the 66-point winning margin that Senegal had against Guinea on the opening day. At the end of 3, it's Guinea 20, Nigeria 62.
Yeah, Nigeria has scored 34 points in this quarter, which is such a high number.
The Basketball World Cup for Women next September in Spain. The 2 finalists of this tournament will qualify for that. Nigeria hoping to go one better than last time in Cameroon when they got knocked out in the semi-finals. Reach the gold medal match this time around and qualify for that tournament. They're making a good start in trying to do so. 10 minutes away from going 4-0 in the group. And really impressive here against Guinea, leading by 62 points. Akator, the leading scorer so far with 22, although she's joined now in double figures by Elonu, who had all of her 13 points in that third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Nigeria team is completely controlling this game, defensively and offensively. They are fully aware of how tough game they're going to face tomorrow, which they will play Senegal, and it's going to just decide who's going to be first in this group. And get potentially easier opponent in the quarterfinals. And you've seen loads of subs from Coach Sam Vincent as well to save some energy for that game. We've seen some strategies as well, defensively and offensively, but mostly defensively. Nigeria played half of the game full court, man-to-man pressing, trying to double by the sideline. Also, we've seen a 3-2 defense from them with Evelyn Akator on the top, trying to deflect every ball, trying to run the fast break out of this after grabbing quick rebounds and stealing the balls. So we see quite easy game for Nigeria, but quite useful game for them in terms of training for tomorrow's game.
It's turning into a pretty good practice session, up by 62. Coach Sam Vincent will be happy enough, I'm sure. Here we go, start of the fourth quarter, Nigeria 82, Guinea 20. Akashili across to Itosu, who drives the baseline, kicks it back out. Long 2 in the end was flat. Suma grabs the rebound. She'll take her time now, having lost it on the dribble. Keita. Not seen much impact from Simone Keita yet. She loses the ball there to Nwegwe.
Yeah, you're right, we haven't seen much impact from her, more seen frustration from her in today's game, missing free throws, now losing the ball, not being able to contribute as she's used to, because Nigerian defense is just brilliant in this game.
She had a double-double in game 2, Keita. Hasn't scored yet today. Suma through a gap to the far side, long 2. Won't go for Bangura. Tosu stops and pops for 3, and there it is, 67 points, the largest margin of the competition so far.
No, we can't be mad on Suma, number 6 from Guinea team, because she seems to be one of the few players in today's game who's trying to at least do something. And when her teammates leave her isolated, that's why she's losing the balls as well, because she has no one to pass to. So credit to her for at least the effort she's putting in.
Great defense from Nigeria. Shot clock violation as Nwegwe got her hands to it. Okoye, Tosu, and a foul.
It's been a great cut from Kioma Udeya, just on the top of the post, because you know, when you're looking to pass the ball into the low block, it's important that the other big just go on the high position for that option of pass from both players. So that's been a great cut, and she attached the defense and allow Ugo and Nyange have a space to play post up.
Okay, to the rebound. 8 minutes to play, 67 or 68 point differential now. Bangura in towards the low post. Berete back out. Bangura to Suma. Crossover onto the right hand. Bangura. Again, the shot clock will expire.
Yeah, Suma just telling her teammate, you have to shoot this ball. Bangura had the open position. She instead has decided to dribble the ball again.
The other end, Nigeria get a decent shot away within 5 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah, we can see also the body expression, body language of Guinea's players that you're gonna know that the game is 68 point difference right now, and they just probably pray for it to be over.
Tosu quickly down the floor to Akashili. Keita trying to come up with a steal. Nearly did. Tosu, and then the close ranger wouldn't quite fall for Udeya. Guinea called for their second foul of the quarter. Bangura goes out. Aishamara in. Okoye at the foul line. It's had a good contribution in 7.5 minutes a game on court. 5.3 points, 3 rebounds. Suma. Keita using their big frame to try and create some room across to Sacco. Battling at the low post to get free is Berete here. Little head fake, turns to the baseline and banks it in.
Individual move from Berete. She's been there trying her teammates, give me the ball for like 5 seconds down in the low position. Great individual action. She has just back faked her defender and just open up.
The player who's not played a great deal, Fanta Berete. Tosu. Akashili to Okoye for 3. Mara trapped. She catches the rebound and tangled up. Mara going the full length of the court. Keita. That one falls well short from Sacco. Akashili, mid-ranger, got caught, and will go to the line.
That has been a brave move from Akashili. She just attacked the basket against the 4 Guinea's defenders, but you know, she forced them to foul her, so no bad things to say.
Six points, 1.3 steals per game for her in just 11 minutes per game so far. Still going to be Nigerian ball. They should hit the century mark here now. 6 minutes still to play, 90-22. Sudea, who's at the line now. Looking to go to 8 points.
What's positive now so far for Nigeria as well is that they have just committed one foul in this quarter. And we've seen them committing quite early, 5 fouls earlier in this stage of the game. So it's a positive as well that they stopped using their hands as much as especially in the third quarter.
Another positive is that they've got 91 points, they've still only got 2 players in double figures, and that's because everybody scored.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the great things when you have everyone contribute by points, but I think today's win is really team game for Nigeria. Not win yet because we still have 5 minutes to go. But it just shows how competitive as a team they are. Especially sends the message for tomorrow's game to Senegal.
Uruguay, quick move. She'll go to the line now. It's 5 fouls on Guinea already.
And in this quarter, Coach Sam Vincent has played basically bench players. We haven't seen anyone from the first 5 being on the court in this quarter. And again, it gives us knowing the fact that he's splitting the minutes, he's saving some energy of his key players for tomorrow's game.
Suma, can she find a way out? No.
No, but her teammates doesn't help her, you know. Yeah, she shouldn't pick the ball because there's no way she can pass out of that trap. Her teammates just stayed almost under the basket on the other half of the court. One of the wing needs to come for the ball.
Well, this doesn't happen often. Nice easy 2 for Fanta Berete.
Yeah, that's what we said. Guinea scores usually when Nigeria does a quite mistake. That's what we've just seen. They hasn't communicated well now in that pressing who's guarding who. That's wide open player.
Rebound for Simone Keita. Suma across the midway point of the final quarter. And a foul as Aisha Mara looked to attack their leading scorer, looking to add to her 6 points. We're going to have a timeout just over the midway point of the 4th. Nigeria leading Guinea 91-24. It's a 67-point margin, which by 1 would make it the largest win of the tournament if they can keep it.
Ok, on continue, on lâche rien. Ok, au rebond, on est 5. D'accord, pas d'anticipation sur les contre-attaques. D'accord, on joue à 5, on ferme tout. Ok, après, sur les remises en jeu, pensez, chaque fois que vous avez le ballon, vous voulez...
We can still look high-low. All right, but let's get all the way through to our screen. On defense, keep on working. Okay, whoever's on the floor, keep pushing your body. All right, keep pushing your body. Here we go, here we go.
Yeah, could have recognized a bit of instructions. Coach Sam Vincent wants his team to focus on playing high-low because that works against the zone. It's always important that if one center plays down in the low block, the other is on the top of the foul line to give that opportunity for the high-low or the space for penetration of the player from the foul line. So he wants in defense, keep working. He said, keep up working. stay aggressive, and try to extend that margin for this last 5 minutes of the game.
Shamara at the line, making 1 of 2. Agoke to Akashili, Tosu. Nwegwe coming out to set the screen. 3-point shot will drop for Akashili.
Again, straight away we see trap, but again you see the third player for rotation is a bit late for that pass.
Shamara. Berete wants it again. Mara clings onto it and moves to the baseline. 5 seconds to shoot. Then it goes to Keita, trying to bully her way to the basket. He did touch the rim, so the shot clock reset. Here come Nigeria in transition. Tosu. Akashili for 3. He's looking for back-to-back threes, and Nwegwe with the rebound goes to the line.
Vaig is trying to say thank you to coach for these minutes, because she's doing a great job in this quarter by posting up down and grabbing some rebounds. She's not one of the key players, but she could definitely be one of the key factors in the future games when they will face a taller team or more athletic team.
Great for Nigerian confidence all round, that everybody's had good minutes and everybody's got a few points. Final 4 minutes. Keita, little pump fake, fades back and gets hit. Goes to the line again for a chance to finally get her first point of the game.
Yeah, she would have just kept her hands high. She would have probably committed that foul. Yeah, and that's what Coach Sam Vincent is showing her. Just stay straight, no need to put your hand down. It's quite tempting when you see fully the ball of the offensive player to try to contest it and put your hand down, but referees are quite consistent at this tournament to call that as a foul.
We talked about Simone Keita and Kadi Mbai as 2 of Guinea's key players heading into this one, and neither of them have scored yet. A chance to stop that here.
Frustration continues from Simone Keita. She has been shooting a couple of free throws, hasn't made any so far, even though it should be one of the easiest shots in basketball because you never have defense.
Those 2 players still waiting for a first point each. She's missed a few free throws, and I think Mbai's 0 of 9 from the floor.
Easy individual action. Has tried to reach that first fake. That was the impulse for Akashili just to get over her.
Sue Miller trying their best to keep up with her. She's trying her best to find someone. Back to Mara, shot clock down to the final 5 seconds though. No room to breathe for Guinea. Akashili's been the star of the 4th quarter for them, quickly up to 13 points.
Yeah, and that's the thing, she hasn't got really minutes in the first half, but she's still able to step up the second half and contribute like this. That's such promising performance for her, which could definitely be helpful against Senegal tomorrow.
The coach is looking for people who can make an impact off the bench. final 3 minutes of this one, and the turnover offers Nigeria the chance to hit the 100-point mark. Atosu. Here is Akashili. She's going to try and get the team there, but misses that one.
Great step back. We don't see it quite often in this tournament. And you're stepping away from defense, so you won't allow them to block your shot.
The century is up for Nigeria. The lead is 75, so I think it's safe to say now that it's going to be the largest win of the tournament. It was the very first game of the tournament when Senegal beat Guinea 105-39. A 66-point winning margin. Through the first 3 days, that's remained the highest, but now here on game day 4, Nigeria are going to edge out Senegal in that statistic. The team that they face tomorrow for top spot. That's unless, of course, we have a late burst from Guinea, which seems unlikely at the moment. Ngoke getting fouled. Final 2 minutes coming up. Nigeria relentless in the press, trying to make it difficult for Guinea to even get to centre court.
It's a 8 seconds violation or a steal of ball. There's a 13 seconds on the shot clock out of 24. So let's see if the leading referee is going to spot that.
So 11 seconds must have expired. You have to get the ball over centre court in 8 seconds.
Here we go, 8 seconds violation.
Atosu. Drive on the right hand, swatted away from behind, but a foul, and Mara's frustrated about it.
I'm sure the referee official is going to talk to her now. As we see, she shouldn't comment that decision of official that loud, as we could even hear here in the stage. So correctly, official has warned her for that reaction.
I think a technical was called by one of the officials.
No, I think she has just the official has just warned Mara that next time she reacts like this, that's gonna be a technical foul.
Suma.
Great decision now for Suma. She hasn't had no one in front of her except one teammate who has been passive offensively, so she has just decided to take that responsibility on herself.
Ngoke hangs high off the glass, nowhere near the basket. Trying to follow it up was Okoye. Here comes Mara.
4 on 2.
Nice pass from Mara, they missed the layup.
It's a shame they couldn't finish that, because 4 on 2, you almost have to finish that every time.
Keita, the faster Suma, takes over and heaves it down the floor. They have to make this one. Mara hesitates, had it knocked away in a foul.
It seems like it's been a sportive foul. You could see that Mara has been a bit confused about her position. She thought she's in front of the board, but she's been a bit behind. It's been a tough call, very unsportive.
And sportsmanlike foul for no intent to get the ball. And that means free throws and possession, a harsh call. 73 is the difference, a minute and change remaining. Suma.
And we see the same offense with 2 top screens, but the guard just goes too far away from the screen. So the defense has an easy job to cover her.
Berete to Suma. She can move in, stop and put it up, but it rattles around and comes out again. A rebound for Berete, who might have earned herself a few more minutes in tomorrow's game. She's had a good impact in this second half. Goke, soft touch.
It has been just so slow penetration because she was waiting for defense to react, but no one has reacted at all, so she just laid up.
9-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the game. Suma into the final 5 seconds of the shot clock now. High catch for Kate as she did well to adjust and grab it but missed the shot. And the shot clock turned off. Here's Akashili who misses a layup despite a very good fourth quarter from her. And that will bring this one to a close. The largest win of the tournament so far, as Nigeria send a message to Senegal that they mean business ahead of tomorrow's showdown, which will be for top spot in the group. The final score in this one, Guinea 33, Nigeria 106.
Nigeria has completely confirmed their current statistics that they have really good rebounding offensively and defensively. You know, they played what we expected from them to play, which was a quick transition offense, trying to practice the offense against the zone as well, which they could face tomorrow against Senegal. Guinea, they had a good moments, and most of the time they've been struggling with that pressure of Nigerian defense and full court press. They're probably not happy at all from this performance, and they're probably happy that it's over for them. But as you just said, great message sent to Senegal for tomorrow's game. It's going to be one of the best games in the group to tell us who's going to win this Group B and who's going to go from the first play to the quarterfinals. Great performance, great team performance from Nigeria. I wouldn't just talk about one player, even though Evelyn Akator has had a brilliant performance today. The aggressivity of her offensively and defensively gives that pump to her team. As I say, all players has contributed today, and I'm sure Coach Sam Vincent could be really happy about this performance.
Everybody scoring, 5 in double figures, led by the 22 of Akator. Nigeria win it by 73, the largest win of the tournament so far. Guinea 33, Nigeria 106.